Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're really getting close to Christmas, so I thought what we should do is make an addition to our beautiful Christmas village. You can find videos for all of these builds on my channel, and there are some more candy canes and even a cake, if I give you a quick show of that over here, and all of these there are build videos on the channel. So I thought we'd make an addition, as we've got a little area down the back here where we could build a new house. So I thought, what about if we build a house specially for Jack Frost? So of course we need blues and ices and that sort of thing for that. So for this build I'd like to use blue concrete, light blue wool, light blue stained glass pane, warped door, warped trapdoor, warped fence, smooth quartz slab, smooth quartz stairs, lapis lazuli blocks, blue ice, blue bed, light blue carpet, white carpet, and a soul campfire, because Jack has to have blue fire, doesn't he? We've got a nice little natural bend in the path here, so I think what we'll do is we'll go a block back from the corner, and what we want to do is start with the blue concrete, and I want to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we want to come across by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you want to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, so we have a gap of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 between the pillars, and then we go across 1, 2, 3, 4, put the block on the fifth one, come up and join that across there. So we've basically got a gap here 4 by 4, and we're going to keep using the same dimension, so we want to go across the back here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you would go down again, but that would make the interior a little bit small, so I'm going to go 1 block extra on the side here and then bring it down, so that we will have a gap that is 4 tall and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide, just so we've got that little bit of a bigger space in the interior. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go up by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and join it across to the front. Now the front wants to be the same as this back, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bring it down to the ground, which leaves you a gap 4 by 4, and then just join this across, and then we have the basic frame shape for the build. Swap to your light blue wool, and we're going to put a circle of the light blue wool all the way around the edge of our gaps in our frame, so all the way up, all the way across, all the way down, and all the way along the side there, like that. And then we're going to do that in all of these gaps. Oops, make sure they're in line with the frame that you've just built. Yes, it does appear to be a little bit of a boxy build, but what we're doing, because we're using the different colours, it gives it more texture instead of making it a 3D texture. Now we are going to want a door, so you decide which of these parts of the front you're going to want your door in. So you could put it in this one or you could put it in this one. I'm going to put mine in this one so you don't fill in the bottom along the section where you're going to want to put the door. But we do still go all the way around the other 3 sides where you're going to put the door. And then we'll come back and do the other pieces first. Right, so the 2 ends, when you fill in with your light blue stained glass, the 2 end sections are going to be windows that are 2 tall and 3 wide, and the front and back are going to have 2 by 2 windows in them, like so. So we'll go around and put all of the windows in, like so. Actually, let's go inside because there's less distance to keep travelling to put things in. There we go. So 2 by 2 on the back here, 2 by 2 there, and 2 by 3 on the two ends. Now where we're going to put our door, you could put the door here, you could put the door here, or you can make it a double door. So you've got to think personal preference, which would you want it to be. Now I'm going to grab the lapis lazuli block and make myself a tiny path into the house here, and I'm going to use the warped wood door, and I'm going to inset it this way, and I'm going to make mine a double door. But if you want a single door, you just close it in, and then above the door, of course, we want to then fill in with the light wood. Then we open this back up here so that we can walk in and out. So that's the way I've done it, like that. There we go. Where we have our windows, I want to grab the smooth stone slab, and I want to put a slab left and right of the windows, like so. I want to use the warped fence up the side, like that, so. And then in the middle, I'm going to use the upside down stairs on the bottom, like so, and like so on the top, so that you've got this 2D effect on this window. Now this is a very fancy window just for the front here. Now, in front of the door, what I want to do is I want the stairs above where you've got your door, so you want 1 if you've only put a single door and 2 if you've put a double door. Then the slab at the side, like so, so we're getting that 3D effect on the door. And I think you can guess what I'm now going to do. I'm going to grab the warped fence and I'm going to put it down the sides to make ourselves a little porch at the front. Ta-da! I'm not going to make all of the side windows fancy like that. What I am going to do instead is I'm going to grab the trapdoors, and what we're going to do is we're going to put them at the sides of the windows to make it look like we've got shutters for the windows. There we go, like so. And then we want to go all the way around and do the same on the rest of the other sides for the building. There we go. Ooh. I'm a little bit close to my cliffs, so it'd be a little bit awkward for me to get in space. You probably have a little bit better access wherever you choose to build it for yourselves. There we go. So that's all of the sides done. There we go. So we've got our very fancy front, and then our little bit of decoration on our sides. Ta-da! Now we're going to want a roof. So we want to grab the light wall, and what we're going to do is we're going to run 1 row of the wall all the way around the build. You're going to say, now why Kitty, why are you doing that? I'm going to do that so that we've got a support structure for the rest of the roof. And then we want to come all the way back around the side so we can fit in the other side. Like I said, because I'm so close to the cliffs, I'm making it a little bit awkward for myself to build this. Now, what I want to do is grab... I'm missing one block that we're going to want. So if we move the blue concrete away, what we now want is another blue wall. There we go. So we want the dark blue wool. So it's the same colour as the dark concrete, but the wool texture is what we want to go for. So I want to grab the dark blue wool, and what we're going to do is we're going to run this along the sides and extend it by 1 at both ends. Like so, and then do that on the opposite side as well. Extend it by 1 and all the way down on the other side, just to the end, and there. Then swap to the pale wool, and we're now going to want to run that along the top. 1 row in and 1 row up, all the way along. Oops, missed one. Come on Kitty, you can do this. And then we're making our house a Jack Frost for our Christmas. Are you all ready for Christmas, people? Are you all in the Christmassy mood? I hope you all are. Right, so now what we've got on the interior here is, because we're going to want to come in one and up one again, as you can see, we're now going to need support. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use the dark blue wool to fill in the gap, and then we're going to come up and out here. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing, building it up and in at every level. There. So we need to make sure that we fill in across there, and then continue this row all the way across, like so. Switch back to the light wool, fill in the gap across here, come up and out here. So fill in the little gap here, and then bring the layers of the roof all the way over, and on the other side let's do the same, all the way across. Beautiful. And then switch back, and this is our last layer, so we want one dark blue block there, and then we want to come out and across so that you can see the edge of the house there, and all the way along the top, fill in the little gap and extend by one there. There we go, all done. So if we come to the end that's easier to see, you can see that we've now got layers across the side. So what we do want to do though is we can put in an extra window. You could actually put in a little loft in the top area if you want of the house as well. That's something you can choose to do or not do depending on how you want to do it, but I do really want to put in a little window. So there's the structure, and then we go up here. So you could actually also, if you want, knock out one of these blocks and extend this structure up here to make it look a little bit more solid. So I think we'll do that actually. Let's swap the blue concrete for the dark blue wool, and let's just exchange the corners because it just looks like it's a little bit more supported as a build. Let's make sure we do that on both sides, like so, and then that's the final corner. Beautiful. And then for the window, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the light blue stained pane again. I want to knock right where the two join there, and then one below it, and do that. And then I want to grab the which number? There, the warped trapdoor. Now you can put it on the left or on the right, depending on the left or the right, depending on your personal preference. I think I'm going to put it on this side, personally, so that you've got the shutters that match downstairs, so you can swing it shut. And as you can see, the windows are one row of wool, and then you go into the window. So there we go. And let's go to the other end, which is easier to see, and we'll do the same. So we've got the concrete, then a row of wool, and then we want to knock out the two centre ones up here, and we want to put our shutters on the right, but you can put them on the left if you prefer it that way. There we go. And that is then the end of the build, like so. And the front. There we go. So that is the external structure of our house. So let's go inside and see what we want to do with the interior of Jack Frost's house. So we're definitely going to need lighting, so let's first swap some of our blocks out. So I don't think we want these anymore, but we'll leave them in case we change our mind. So we'll want the campfire, we're going to want the carpets, we're going to want the bed. Okay, we're not going to have quite enough space for this one, and definitely we want some lighting. So it's Jack Frost's house, so what sort of lighting are we going to want? We're going to want sea lanterns, aren't we? Because they're blue. Now, what I want to do is go to the top of the house. Where's the sea lantern? And I'm going to put them every second block along the roof, like so. You could put them on every single one if you want, but I just think it looks nicer if it's separated out just that little bit. And then we're also going to want, I'm going to put them in all the corners just to make sure we've got some light. And then you decide where you want them on your build. I think I might put a couple in the corners there just for an extra little bit of light because I want for you to be able to see what I'm doing. So now we've got our house, so we've got our door coming in here, so this end's going to be like the seating area, and then this end's going to be like the bedroom area. So what I would like to do next is decide where we're going to put our bedroom. It's going to be over here. So I want to swap out all of the flooring with the lapis lazuli. Now you could instead use the mosaic, a blue mosaic style, and put in a patterned floor, but I've decided that I would prefer the plain colour for the floor, so I'm going to go with the lapis lazuli all the way through, because I just think the blue is a great colour for Jack Frost, and I just like the solid colour for this. Just really like the texture of the lapis lazuli. That's the honest truth, isn't it, Kitty? Yes, it is. So that's what we're doing. So here we go. We're going to just change this all out. Like so. Now we've got our bed. So what I want to do is put our bed in. I'm going to put the bed. I'm going to have a double bed over here, 1 block away from the wall here. Which means that over in this corner, you can then put a piece of warped fence with the white carpet on top of it, and then over here, if we grab the quartz stair, we can make a little desk area, just a tiny compact one in the corner. And then of course, because we've gone round, you've got space to get in and out. And I would like to use the light blue carpet to make us a little carpeting area around the bed, like so. So it all kind of blends into the walls and is this little cosy nook for sleeping. Now over the other side, over here, I'd like to make us a seating area. So what I'd like to use is the dark blue wool. Can swap out the bed now. I want to use the dark blue wool to make us a little seating area. So I want to come across here and come in one, and then go across here like so, and in one. No, that isn't going to work. I don't think we do want to come in one. That's just going to make it too compact, and what we want to do is make ourselves a corner sofa. Yeah, I think that works better like that without the edges on. I just want this big, like, corner sofa. If you think this is too big, you could just use the stairs and make yourself a corner sofa like that in the corner, just to give yourself a little bit more space in the interior. But I just want to do it that way. And you can also, of course, make yourself a little mezzanine, so you could make a little bedroom upstairs. You could put the floor in here on the concrete level, and make like a little mezzanine with a bed room right at the end over here, and stairs coming down either over here or over here. Whatever you want to do for your interior, it's perfectly up to you. And then for where the seating area is, I would like ourselves a little white carpet, so that we've got the snowy idea inside as well. And that there is a very, very simple build for Jack Frost's house. But there is one more little addition I would like to make on the exterior of our house, because it's Jack Frost's house, so we need a fountain. So what I would like to do for that is grab us some of the ice. So we want the 2 blocks of ice over here. Now I want to, let's see, how much space have we got? I want to make sure we've got at least a couple of blocks space for walking around the edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I would like to do then is knock out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I want to use the dark blue ice to make a base. Okay, and then I would like a couple of dark blue blocks right in the centre. Then I want to swap to the white ice, just make a row all the way around it, like so. Grab the lapis lazuli and make a frame around it. So this will be a 4x4 square with the lapis lazuli. Let's go up in the air so you can see what I've done. Then I want to use the quartz slab and put a row all the way around the edge to make it that little bit taller. And then with the lighter ice I'm going to go up a couple in the centre and then just randomly put blocks around the edge. So maybe a 2 here and a 1 here and 3 here and 1 here and 1 there and 2 here, and maybe we'll make that one a bit taller, and then maybe we'll go 1 taller up here, just like so. So we've kind of got a frozen fountain. So in the summer it would have been a fountain, but it got frozen. But because it belongs to Jack Frost and it's right next to his house, it's always going to be frozen, because that's just the way that Jack rolls. And I nearly forgot the soul campfire, didn't I? So what I did want to do with that was make sure that Jack Frost has some blue fire. So if we were to put this inside, I think your best spot's probably going to be here in front of the concrete, though with all the smoke, having it inside the house might not be the best thing to do. I do think it looks good as a cosy fire to go with your sitting area, but we haven't built ourselves a fireplace because we've got such a small house. So that was one idea. Ooh, instead of so let's remove that from there and then come outside, and instead I think perhaps the best place to put it is actually right outside the house, marking the entranceway into Jack Frost's house. So I think that that's probably the best thing to do. So hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I want to wish you all a very happy Christmas. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy games!